What is going on, guys? Thank you guys so much for coming to our first ever podcast. I have two amazing guests with me here today, and I'm so excited to introduce. First, I'm going to start off with Panda, man. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Panda Sensei. I have been doing Twitch for about, I don't know, 2.5 months now.
Nice.
Just so fairly new to the Twitch streaming, actually Twitch streaming. I've been on for, at least on the modding side since October. I mod a couple of large channels.
Okay.
And then I figured with the snowpocalypse that happened here in Texas back in February, I decided, like, you know what, might as well just start streaming.
There you go. That's a great plan.
I've got 2 weeks off of work, so
nice.
And now I never want to see snow again.
Same.
Oh man, I know, especially so. Yeah, our last guest as well too is LittleKittenGamer as well too. Make it short and sweet. We're gonna call it Kitten real quick, but yeah, tell us about yourself, introduce yourself, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So I'm the Little Kitten Gamer. Well, I wouldn't call myself a brand new streamer, but I've been doing it for about 2 months now. People usually just call me Kitten or T. My actual name's Tamara, but Kitten's good. I started streaming because I've always loved playing video games, and I thought, what a great way to connect with people and have some fun.
Cool.
Especially during COVID when, we can't be social.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Nope. Definitely right there with you as well too. So for those of you in the background, we actually have an Overwatch background, and I'm super excited because that's kind of our biggest topic that we're talking about today. Now, Kitten, who is your favorite Overwatch player and why?
My favorite Overwatch hero?
Yeah.
My favorite Overwatch hero, I would have to say, would be Mercy. I would consider myself a Mercy main, although I also play Moira, Diva, Winston, Soldier, and Reaper. Those are my mains.
All right. Very cool. Panda, how about yourself?
I'm definitely more of a diva person.
You look more of a diva person.
I mean, you can't see it, but I have a diva Funko Pop like right there.
Oh, very cool.
I have one too, and she's like in her mech, and she's like standing beside it. I'm never getting rid of that.
I got my first Funko a couple weeks ago, and it's a red Stormtrooper, and I'm so happy with it. It's awesome.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I like her play style.
Okay.
And I got used to her, and I have 288 or 70 out of my 280 hours is just with her.
Wow.
Badass.
That is awesome. My favorite character is this awesome person down. I think it's the right side. It might be the left side, but it's May. May is awesome. She's the coolest. She's like the Ice Queen. So I definitely love playing as her, as well as Soldier 76. I'm a big fan of that, just because coming from an FPS guy, playing Call of Duty and things like that. It's just kind of my background in that sense.
Soldier, I think, is a very easy character, or not easy, but a good transition hero if you're coming from Call of Duty to try.
A good intro character.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with you guys. So the reason I brought these two amazing people here with us today is because we're talking about Overwatch, and more importantly, we're talking about Overwatch's lead developer, Jeff Kaplan, actually leaving. Now, this is some pretty big news. Jeff Kaplan, he was basically, like I said, the lead developer for Overwatch, basically kind of transparent in everything that was going on as far as any patch updates, any skins that were going to be released, anything at all. He was like a shining point when it actually came to the community. And a lot of people really looked towards him, and they were really kind of his focal point when it came to. And it's quite sad that he actually is leaving. He's actually been with Blizzard since 2002. He was a big designer of WoW, developing quests for the MMORPG, which we all know and love. He spearheaded an unannounced project called Titan, a first-person shooter, but sadly it never came to be. He did, though, take some of those designs and helped it actually to kind of formulate what we know and love as, as Overwatch now today's. Not saying it's like its spiritual successor, but it does have kind of a foundation in similar concept as well, too. Now, that includes almost 2 decades of work. And now he's moving to something new. What we do know is that we don't know where he's off to next, unfortunately. That's kind of the sad thing. He didn't actually comment anything beyond, that in per se. Now, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, especially being big Overwatch fans. Like, I play Overwatch, but I'm not like a huge fan, like as much as like you guys. Kitten, you actually reached out to me and said, hey, like, this is a story I think that you should touch on. Like, what's your thoughts?
Because Overwatch is such a popular game, and it has been, how long has it been out for? Like 4 or 5 years now?
I think so. Something like that.
Maybe. I could be wrong. But I've been playing the game since it first came out, like a couple months, like 3 months after it came out. But I'm kind of worried about him leaving because how it'll affect the gameplay, because right now I feel like it's very balanced. And for example, some games like Star Wars Battlefront 2, that one, when it came out, it was more of like a pay to win sort of game where like the more money spent on the game, the better, like the more chances you'll have to win the match. And so Overwatch has never been like that. The money that you spend in game has always been like cosmetics, and I think that keeps it fair for everybody. You know, you can't buy like abilities or anything like that. So I'm worried that if somebody new takes over, will that change? You know, that matters to me a lot as an Overwatch player.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Panda, what are your thoughts?
Now, I played Overwatch at launch too, like basically day one. But after about 2 years, I got burnt out on it, and my friends dropped off, and I dropped off. So I hadn't really touched it much in 2 years until I met Kitten on some random Reddit post. But it was easy enough to get back into it. Basically, once they introduced the queuing for roles is about where I dropped off.
Okay.
But I think I liked how they did their ranked system. It was fairly straightforward. You know, you play 10 matches and you get your rank, right?
Certainly, yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter win, loss. You don't have to, and it's based on like your individual gameplay. Like, you may have a higher rank than your friends because you did better in those 10 games, whether you won or lost.
Yeah, that's definitely very important there. See, I didn't know anything about the queuing system, so that's actually new to me. Like, I played for like a year or so. I actually bought it a couple months outside because actually I had a previous YouTube channel where myself and my friend actually compared Battleborn, which I think was Gearbox. I could be wrong, but they actually compared the two between Battleborn and Overwatch, and I actually thought Overwatch was going to fail. I didn't think it was going to do so well. So that's on me. That's a huge on me when it comes to.
Little did you know.
I know, right? So I played it a ton. I certainly did, but I dropped off kind of, you know, after a little while as well too. Kind of life happens and things like that. So the queuing is actually new to me. I didn't know much.
I love the queuing.
Okay.
Personally. Although the thing that I think is still sort of tricky is that everybody wants to queue for a DPS character.
Yeah.
And the wait times are just crazy. And now they brought in a system where you can like earn these like fast pass tickets, but even then, like the wait time is still at least like 5 minutes most times. But it's kind of nice to click on flex and possibly earn in-game money, loot boxes, and just kind of get randomly put into a category. I kind of like that too.
Sure.
Sometimes. But.
Gone are the good old days of just hitting random quick play and your entire team just being Soldier 76.
Yeah. That was like before they made any changes, that was like one of the first things about Overwatch. Like, you just click quick play, and then there wasn't any balance. It wasn't like 2 tanks, 2 DPS, 2 heals. It was like you could play anybody.
Oh yeah.
And now they have that as like an arcade mode where it's like classic quick play or whatever it was. But yeah.
No, that certainly makes sense. I know, because I played it like pretty much every match I played was Junkrat, because that's pretty much how it was. That was like my go-to champ for a little while as well too.
I'm so bad at Junkrat.
You just hold right trigger and never let go.
Basically, yeah. That's pretty much that.
Traps out.
Yeah, just, you know, explode yourself higher so you can get a little bit of advantage on them and stuff. So yeah, so I mean, definitely telling from you guys. You guys are big Overwatch fans, and this definitely does affect you. I mean, you guys, you know, show compassion towards it and stuff, and I can certainly understand the basis that loot boxes hopefully may not change. I mean, the hope is that they don't change. When I look at loot boxes, I certainly look at like FIFA. That's a play to win system, and that's actually gotten a lot of heat from governments around the world that people have actually spent in the consideration that it is kind of gambling. And the nice thing I like about loot boxes with Overwatch is that it's mostly skins. You know, it's that concept where it's more cosmetics appealing, you know, for people and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, certainly that's good. So yeah, talking a little more about Jeff. Now he's actually being replaced by Aaron Keller, who actually worked alongside him at Blizzard, working with the WoW system, working with MMORPGs. Now Keller's response to this, because he is taking over that lead position, is that Jeff has been a great leader, a mentor, and a friend, and he knows how much we're going to miss him. I've been very lucky to work alongside him and the rest of the Overwatch team for many years in building something that continues to inspire people all around the world, and I'm honored to carry the torch forward. Now that's a pretty inspiring quote. That certainly is. Now, what do you guys take from that? You know, what key things do you guys see from that quote, you know, that inspire you to kind of keep playing Overwatch, or at least have a little bit of faith? We'll do the flip side too when it comes to.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm excited because I don't know who this person is other than the quote that you just read to us. So I'm excited to see what he'll come up with, because I feel like if they work together closely all this time, hopefully it'll be a similar result. I think kind of what I'd like to see in Overwatch, because I know Overwatch 2 was promised, and I'm sure we'll touch on that later.
Yeah, well,
but
certainly
Overwatch
will.
2 was promised for this year, but now they've pushed it to like this unknown date. Like we know we're not getting it in 2021, which kind of sucks, but hopefully we keep pushing in that direction, and less updates on Overwatch 1, and let's focus our time into Overwatch 2.
Good plan. Good plan.
But yeah, I'm excited to see what this person is going to develop and how they're going to push Overwatch forward.
Okay. Panda, thoughts?
So I think with most game developing companies, they sort of have a roadmap of where they want to go. And I think for the most part, they'll follow that roadmap all the way through to Overwatch 2. Will they make slight detours and changes to the roadmap? Probably, because new guy is going to bring in his idea. Well, not necessarily new guy, but new guy in charge. He's going to bring in his ideas. He's going to have, maybe he didn't always agree with Jeff Kaplan and what wanted to be done. So it could go great, or it could be just sort of more of the same, or it could go the bad way, which nobody wants.
Yeah. See, that's the thing that I'm kind of worried about, is that it's going to stay the same. Now, I mean, you can keep adding characters and you can kind of keep adjusting, but in the sense, it's kind of still the same game sometimes to me, and that's the biggest worry that I have with Overwatch 2, especially where the lead developer is gone. Yeah, new maps are great, new characters are great, but I don't want it to maintain the same concept. I love, new like game modes, like the where you basically played Soldier 76 everywhere. Pretty much, that sounds like super fun, but like make it like a rotational sort of thing. Like one of the games that I play a lot is League of Legends, and right now they have a scenario called all for one, where you basically pick one character going against the other team that has that sort of thing, but it's a rotational thing. It's not a constant. What kind of fun modes would you guys like to see, or what kind of crazy ideas would you guys like to see?
I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I feel like anything Overwatch has pulled off so far has been pretty great. For me, anyway.
I know I'm throwing some crazy questions out there, trying to plug away. Get you guys' thoughts.
Add like a battle royale, like all the other games do.
There you go. That sounds kind of cool.
Or like a game match that's like first one to 100 kills or something.
Oh, okay, so like a long,
like a team deathmatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like well, I guess they have that. Oh, I don't know.
I mean, a longer one
though. The game's so great. I don't know. Like,
how long does it go? Like, how long does a team deathmatch go now? Like, is there a certain amount of kills that you have to achieve before you win the game? Because I haven't played in a long time, so that's why I'm kind of curious what they've done.
Yeah, well, this is like I think an arcade mode with the kills, but I think you're on a team of 4, and then versus the other team, and then I think you have to get up into like I think it's 30 kills. I want to say.
Okay.
Could be wrong. But yeah, so that's kind of one of my favorite game modes. But yeah, I don't know, something new to bring to Overwatch. I know Overwatch 2. I watched a 30-minute trailer, sort of like info thing that Jeff Kaplan posted. I think this was like some months ago. Yeah. And like all these characters that are part of Overwatch, like they have all these new abilities to suit their character. And I thought that was really interesting, and I was really excited to play that this year, but. Not gonna happen.
I think it'd be great if they added some sort of sandbox map, and you can kind of create your own map.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Kind of like how like the old Halo 3 Halo Reach Forge.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Very cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I think one idea that I would really like is like you have like a team of 6, and then you have one character who's maybe like bigger than all the rest. And then the other characters like their normal like size or so, and maybe he has a little bit more strength than the other characters, and your goal is to kind of like maybe like a King of the Hill or so. You have to take down the bigger character to actually like win the game. Just throwing some ideas out there and stuff.
I think they have something like that in their winter event, like where the Yeti, like there's Winston, he's the Yeti, and then there's like 6 Mays, and then like she has to like snowball them. He has to go around and getting the meat, and then once he has like 3 or 4 pieces of meat, then he's like super powerful, and then he goes and tries to kill all the Mays. But basically he has to overcome the Mays, or the Mays have to defeat him before he kind of wipes everybody out.
So I've had this idea for quite a while. So you're saying that Overwatch copied what I had said. I didn't.
Yeah.
I should have put a patent on this thing.
Sue.
Damn it! I missed out on this thing. There's so much money I'm missing here, guys.
Right?
Holy cow! Oh my gosh! No, that sounds like really fun. That certainly does. I should totally pick Overwatch back up and play with you guys sometime again.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I would love that.
So, speaking of Overwatch 2, good comment. Overwatch 2 was released in 2019. And unfortunately, we have not heard any word since then. And it kind of stinks because being a big Overwatch fan that you guys are, it's kind of unfortunate that we're not really getting a whole lot of information about that. Like I said, the last information that we got was back in 2019, which was really kind of crappy. Currently, the idea is to bring back game modes from previous archive events, which would be really cool because you were kind of talking about that a little bit there, Kitten, as well too, as possibly like older skins, bringing those back as well too. So that might be kind of an idea that Overwatch 2 is bringing back, which would be really cool. But the big question though is, has Overwatch dried up its resources, or could this be a new light for Overwatch fans as it will bring fresh ideas to the table?
I think it's going to bring a lot of fresh ideas. I think Overwatch 2 is going to be very different.
Okay.
To Overwatch 1.
Yeah.
Like similar in like the 6v6, but I know they're bringing like a ton of new maps. There's going to be a ton of new heroes that are going to be added.
Yep.
So it's not like we're not going to get like one every couple months. Like we're going to have like, all the classic heroes who also have like a couple like physical differences to them, and a whole slot of new heroes to try, which is going to be really exciting. That plus all the new moves. I think it's going to be a really, really cool game.
Awesome.
I have faith as an Overwatch.
Good.
I am hoping for some sort of like dedicated campaign.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because Overwatch, you have like the little seasonal events, and that's your little depth, like your campaign or how they expand the lore or whatever.
Yeah.
But I want like, your dedicated, like 6 to 8 hour like campaign.
Yeah.
Yep.
Storyline, something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they always have all these like little snippets and mini movies, and I think they do comics too, but it would be nice to have like a playable feature.
Yeah. I think to me, I kind of lose a little bit of the enjoyment because I don't have something to kind of keep me dedicated. Like I'm a big campaign person. And in that sense where I'm basically kind of playing like the same modes like over and over again, like push the cart is a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong, it certainly is. But where it doesn't kind of keep me going back because I love the lore. Like Assassin's Creed, I'm currently working on that right now. I'm constantly looking up information about it just to understand the lore a little bit more. And I think we do get, like you said, we do get small snippets of the actual lore and kind of what happened. So I definitely agree with you on that one, Panda. I think having a dedicated campaign would be a lot of fun. Certainly do. Even if like they started maybe at like 4 hours and gradually like built onto it as they added more patches and stuff, that might be kind of cool. At least to give us a little bit of taste of something.
Yeah, even put it in experimental because they have an experimental feature on Overwatch 2. So I know they do kind of character updates there, but they could easily put in like a game mode and then see if the reaction, do people like it? Does it flop? Like, you know? Certainly.
I think they quoted actually too. I think if you do purchase Overwatch 2, I think you get Overwatch 1 as well too, if I'm not mistaken. So that would be kind of cool. That'd be really interesting.
I heard that with Overwatch 2, the people who have been playing Overwatch 1, I think Jeff was saying like they will make it known that you've been like a dedicated
I think I read something about that as well too.
Like I don't know what it'll be. Like I'm just guessing. Like maybe it'll be a special gun. Like if you have over 250 hours in a certain character, like you'll get a special skin or a gun or maybe a symbol by your name. But there's going to be some sort of thing like that to give you recognition for being so dedicated.
Okay.
And I think they did the right thing with trying to get people to watch like their esports league by tying it to. For each, like, I don't remember, it was like every 5 or 15 minutes, you got a token.
Okay.
And you can, if you get 100 tokens, you can redeem it for a skin.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Or I think you could spend actual money to buy those tokens.
Yeah.
Okay. So they incentivize people to actually, like, of course, people are still going to be interested in the esports wing of it, but they got more people they got the more views because people like skins.
Yeah.
Certainly. I did. They got me. I have 2 Toronto Defiant skins. I'm watching that.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I know like League has it as well too. They have drops where you can do the same thing. So maybe they're going to follow suit in that sense. But the Overwatch League did it kind of falter? Is it really not as strong as it used to be?
I think it's just COVID right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
probably.
No, that certainly makes sense. It certainly does. Now, like I said, mentioned Overwatch 2. Now, we haven't heard any word from Blizzard since 2019. And one of the biggest things that kind of has me worried is the overall kind of turnover rate that we've been seeing a lot from Blizzard. Now, recently, they actually just lost one of their other major lead developers. I don't remember exactly which game it was. Oh, actually, sorry. Michael Chu, he left the company in 2020, which is another shocker for the community. I don't remember if that was exactly Overwatch or if it was WoW. I could be mistaken on which one it was. But unfortunately, Blizzard has had some pretty rocky kind of turnaround for their employees. Now, they actually just laid off back in 2019 over 800 employees. That's huge.
I think that was COVID related, was it?
I think it was too, but still, it puts a lot of worry in me as far as like Overwatch 2. Like, maybe is that the reason why as well too that they're having potentially so much issues with Overwatch 2?
That would make sense.
I think most delays at this point for any game is mostly COVID related at this point. Because you lost basically almost a full year of development.
Yeah, no, certainly. Yeah. I totally agree. So I'm going to pause.
That's a big deal with these types of games, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
I mean, there's only so much you can actually develop and do at home.
Yeah, no, that's very true. Unless I can bring my entire computer base with me to home. I mean, I don't know. Unless the company's willing to kind of fork over that much money devoted to it, who knows? So yeah, with that being said as well too, though, I mean, Overwatch 2, we're hoping that something big is going to come soon. We're hoping that they're going to release some more information about it. I know I'm looking forward to it after speaking with you guys. Seems like you guys are really interested in it as well too. Any final thoughts, any hopes, any wishes for Overwatch 2 or Blizzard in that, Well,
I think I speak for like most Overwatch fans. I just hope it hurries up and comes out. I'm really excited. I was really, really excited last year. And I'm like, oh my God, 2021. And then now it's like, there's no games.
I know. Seriously. It's crazy. I mean, we're in the 5th month. We got 6 months basically left to go of no Overwatch 2. So hopefully they release something that says...
I think they said it's not coming out.
Yeah. So hopefully they give us something that says 2022. This is the deadline. This is what we're going to meet here.
Yeah.
I'm more in the camp of I want them to take their time and make sure they build a solid game.
Yep.
That's like, you don't want them to rush and then, the whole Cyberpunk debacle.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No.
Like, yeah, the game was in development for like 5 or 6 years, but I think at least Blizzard has a pretty good track record of taking their time on games and making sure they are built solidly and then adding on to that solid foundation.
I
totally agree. Yep. Because Overwatch was something new. And I think a lot of games have kind of followed in that suit. Like you look at another one is Paladins, which is really close to Overwatch, but I don't think it meets the same standard as Overwatch. I think Overwatch shook the whole community in what they could do, and I'm really happy with that. So I'm hoping Overwatch 2 kind of follows suit in that sense.
I hope so too. I think it will. And I think the people who have left the game, who kind of got, I guess, sick of it, who haven't been playing since it came out, like me. I think it'll bring a lot of people back because of all the changes that are expected in Overwatch 2.
Certainly. Good. Well, I certainly think that is a good point for us to call it on this first podcast. What are your guys' thoughts? Are you guys excited for Overwatch 2? Are you guys optimistic? Are you guys nervous? Are you guys scared? Let me know.
I'm very excited.
There we go. Okay, cool. Yay! There we go. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Again, if you guys want to check these guys out, we got Panda, we got KittenGamer. So definitely their information is going to be throughout the video. So please definitely check those guys out. You can find them on Twitch. You can find them on Instagram. They got really good stuff. So I highly recommend that you guys go check them out. But thank you guys so much for being a part of the first ever podcast. It was awesome. I'm so glad that you guys...
Thank you for having us.
Oh,
thank you very much.
Definitely. Cool. All right. Like we always say, don't forget to be awesome. Don't forget to love, because hell, we could always use it. Sure. We'll catch you guys on the next video.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.